Hello and welcome back to Lost Odyssey. I'm recording this on a Saturday. It's the freaking weekend, baby. Excited to be back. I really am liking this game a lot. So, I don't know. My plan at the moment is to just like record every time I'm playing it. So, I don't know if it keeps me this hooked, then I guess expect me to keep uploading these. Alright. I have to remember what was happening, actually. I think they just wanted me to, like, wander around. I might be wrong, but... They wanted me to stay at the inn at one point, and then I did that, and they were like, yeah, they're not ready for you, if I recall correctly. Can I kick this around? Wow. Oh, I can, like, really kick this. There's a kick button. He whiffed. Not the best, kick... Huh? With this guy? Kaim? Argonar? I should talk to somebody. What's this kid up to? The park is ours. What's up with you? Use the detour over there. Alright. Let me talk to this guy. Lieutenant Argonar, is it? I do have a mission, yeah. So they suspended that guy, which I find very interesting. Oh, the dog over here. Hey, dog. I couldn't talk to the dog. Gongra's mansion. This is where this guy lives? Holy shit. He's living like a fucking king. Look at this place. Oh my god. What? Is this the equivalent of having like a McLaren or parked outside your house in this world? Is having one of those things? Yeah, I'm gonna save outside his house just in case. Bear with me. I have a tendency to save a lot in these games. That might not be like a weird thing to do, but I don't know. I just get nervous sometimes about it. Ever since losing my Final Fantasy X save file when I was like 6 or 7 hours in, I've become like an oversaver in JRPGs like this. I noticed, by the way, watching back the second episode of this while I was editing, that these guys have Mickey Mouse on their chest plates, which like, once I saw it, I can't unsee it. Now every time I see one of these guys, I'm like, oh. M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E. Square Enix. He's not seeing anyone. None of his servants are searching for you right now. What does that mean? Give up and go away. I mean, can I just like walk through here? Okay. Give up and go away is very interesting. I have learned some stuff about how the translation in this game, or the localization, is like maybe not 100%. Like they didn't like 100% nail it. So far it's been pretty good, but there have been some like notable things that I think are really interesting. In the first episode of this, there's that moment where Kaim is on the truck or the bus or whatever it was. Can I look in these barrels? No, I can't. Oh, this thing I probably can though. He was on like a truck or a bus with the other person who we now know is immortal. I got a cold water stone. Nice. I'm going to put that in my pocket. And he said, sit down and shut up to her, which was interesting because I remember that moment happening and being like shocked by it. But apparently that's like a notable moment in the game's localization because Kaim doesn't actually say anything in that moment. He's actually not even speaking. So they just like threw an extra line into the localization where he says sit down and shut up, which just seems like needlessly aggressive. So I'm wondering how much of our experience playing this game we can attribute to that kind of stuff. Oh, what's happening here? I was not expecting a little mini cutscene, TBH. Whoa. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We spent most of the last episode in a dream, and it was just, like, brutally sad. So, what's going to happen here? White flowers. Lovely white flowers mark the town. They bloom on every street corner, not in beds or fields set aside for their cultivation, but blending naturally and in profusion with every row of houses, as though the buildings and the blossoms have grown up together. The season is early spring, and snow still lingers on the nearby mountains. But the stretch of ocean that gently laps the town's southern shore is bathed in refulgent sunlight. Ooh, I don't even know what refulgent means. I've never even heard that word. That's a great word. Refulgent, adjective, shining brightly. Okay. Refulgent sunlight. Am I going to work the word refulgent into my vernacular? I think not, dear viewer, but I'm glad to have heard the word. This is an old and prosperous harbor town. Even now, each day, its piers see many cruise ships and freighters come and go. Its history, however, is sharply divided between the time before and the time after, an event that happened one day long ago. People here prefer not to talk about it, the watershed engraved upon the town's chronology. The memories are too sorrowful to make stories out of them. Kaim knows this, and because he knows it, he has come here once again. Passing through, the tavern master asks him. At the sound of his voice, Kaim responds with a faint smile. You're here for the festival, I suppose. You should take your time and enjoy it. The man is in high spirits. He's joined his customers in glass after glass until now and is quite red in the face, but no one shows any signs of blaming him for overindulging. Every seat in the tavern is filled, and the air reverberates with laughter. Happy voices can be heard now and then, as well as from the road outside. The entire town is celebrating. Once each year, the festival has people making merry all night long until the sun comes up. I love making merry as a turn of phrase. It's really good. I really like these. I hope you've got a room for the night, sir. Too late to find one now. Every inn is full, to overflowing. So it seems. Not that anyone would be foolish enough to spend a night like this quietly tucked away under the covers in his room. The tavern master winks at Kaim as if to say, not you, sir, I'm sure. Tonight we're going to have the biggest, wildest party you've ever seen, and everybody's invited. Locals or not. Drink, food, gambling, women. Ooh. Just let me know what you want. I'll make sure you have it. All right, that's a little sketchy. Kaim sips his drink and says nothing. Because he is planning to stay awake all night, he has not taken a room, though he has no plans to enjoy the festival either. Kaim will be offering up prayer at the hour before dawn when the night is at its darkest and deepest. He will leave town, sent off by the morning sun as it pokes its face up between the mountains and the sea, just as he did at the time of his last visit. Back then, the tavern master, who a few minutes ago was telling one of his regular customers that his first grandchild was about to be born, was himself just an infant. This one's on me. Drink up, says the tavern master, filling Kaim's shot glass. He peers at Kaim suspiciously and says, You did come for the festival, didn't you? It's very interesting. I keep forgetting that Kaim is immortal. Wow. So the last time he was here, this guy was a baby. And now he runs the tavern. No, not really, says Kaim. Don't tell me you didn't know about it. You mean you came here by pure chance? Afraid so. Well, if you came here on business, forget it. You'll never get serious talk out of anybody on a special night like this. The tavern master goes on to explain what's so special about this night. You must have heard something about it. Once, a long, long time ago, this town was almost completely destroyed. There are two kinds of events that divide history into before and after. One is the birth or death of some great personage, a hero or a savior. The other is something like war or plague or natural disaster. What divided this town's history into before and after was a violent earthquake. It happened without warning and gave the soundly sleeping people of the town no chance to flee. A crack opened up in the earth with a roar, and roads and buildings just fell to pieces. Fires started, and they spread in the twinkling of an eye. Almost everyone was killed. Jesus. Oof. You probably can't imagine it. All I know is what they taught me in school. And what does Resurrection Festival mean to a kid? It was just something that happened once upon a time. I live here, and that's all it means to me. So a traveler like you probably can't even begin to imagine what it was like. Is that what they call this holiday? Resurrection Festival? Mm-hmm. The town was resurrected from a total ruin to this. That's what the celebration is all about. Kaim gives the man a grim smile and sips his liquor. What's so funny, the tavern master asks. Last time I was here, they were calling it Earthquake Memorial Day. It wasn't a festival for this kind of wild celebrating. What are you talking about? It's been the Resurrection Festival ever since I was a kid. That was before you were old enough to remember anything. And before that, they called it Consolation of the Spirits. They'd burn a candle for each person who died and pray for them to rest in peace. It was a sad festival, lots of crying. You sound as though you saw it happening yourself. I did. My name is Kaim Aragnar. I'm immortal as shit, man. The tavern master laughs with a loud snort. You look sober, but you must be plastered out of your mind. Now listen, it's festival night, baby. So I'm going to let you off the hook for pulling my leg. But don't say stuff like that in front of the other townspeople. All of our ancestors, mine included, are the ones who barely escaped with their lives. Kaim knows full well what he's doing. He never expected the man to believe him. He just wanted to find out for himself whether the townspeople were still handing down the memories of the tragedy. Whether, deep down, behind their laughing faces, there still lingered the sorrow that had been passed down from their forefathers' time. Called away by one of his other customers, the tavern master seeks Kaim's side, or leaves Kaim's side, my bad. But not without first delivering a warning. Be careful what you say, sir. That kind of nonsense can get you in trouble. Really. Think about it. The earthquake happened all of 200 years ago. Kaim did not answer him. Instead, he sips his liquor in silence. Among the ones who died in the tragedy of 200 years ago were his wife and daughter. Oh, shit. Of all the dozens of wives and hundreds of children that Kaim has had in his eternal life, what? The wife and child he had here were especially unforgettable. Oh my god. This is... oof. Okay. Learn a lot about Kaim Aragnar. In those days, Kaim had a job at the harbor. There were just 3 of them. He, his wife, and their little girl. They lived simply and happily. The same kinds of days that had preceded today would continue on into endless tomorrows. Everyone in the town believed that, including Kaim's wife and daughter, of course. But Kaim knew differently, precisely because his own life was long, without end, and he had consequently tasted the pain of countless partings. Kaim knew all too well that in the daily life of humans there was no forever. This life his family was leading would have to end sometime. It could not go on unchanged. This was by no means a cause for sorrow, however. Denied a grasp upon forever, human beings knew how to love and cherish the here and now. Kaim especially loved to show his daughter flowers. The more fragile and short-lived, the better. Flowers that bloomed with the morning sun and scattered before the sun went down. They were everywhere in this harbor town. Lovely white flowers that bloomed in early spring. His daughter loved the flowers. She was a gentle child who would never break off blossoms that had struggled so bravely to bloom. Instead, she simply watched them for hours at a time. That year, too. Oh, wow, they're really still going. I thought they were going to leave it there and be like, and you know what happened next. Oof. Look how big the buds are. They'll be blooming any time now, she said happily when she found the white flowers on the road near their house. Tomorrow, maybe, Kaim wondered aloud. Absolutely, his wife chimed in merrily. Get up early tomorrow morning and have a look. Oof. Poor little flowers, though, said the daughter. It's nice when they bloom, but then they wither right away. All the better, said Kaim's wife. It's good luck if you get to see them blooming. That makes it more fun. It may be fun for us, answered the girl, but think about the poor flowers. They work so hard to open up, and then they wither that same day. It's sad. Well, yes, I guess so. A momentary air of sadness flowed into the room, but Kaim quickly dispelled it with a laugh. Kaim is capable of laughing, that's good to know. Happiness is not the same thing as longevity, he proclaimed. What does that mean, Papa? It may not bloom for long, but the flower's happy if it can open up the prettiest blossom and give off the sweetest perfume it knows how to make while it is blooming. The girl seemed to be having trouble grasping this, and simply nodded with a little sigh. She then broke into a smile and said, It must be true if you say so. Papa Kaim Aragnar, the immortal man. Your smile is more beautiful than any flower in full bloom. He should have said it to her. Kaim later regretted that he had not. The words he had uttered so carelessly, he came to realize, turned out to be something of a prophecy. Uh-oh. There's gonna be a big fucking earthquake. Kaim said. Well now, young lady, he said, if you're getting up early to see the flowers tomorrow morning, you better go to bed right now. All right, Papa, if I really have to. I'm going to bed now, too, said Kaim's wife. Okay, then. Good night, Papa. His wife said to Kaim, good night, dear. I really am going to bed now. Good night, Kaim replied, enjoying one last cup to ease the day's fatigue. These turned out to be the last words the family shared. A violent earthquake struck the town before dawn. Kaim's house collapsed in a heap of rubble. Kaim's two loved ones departed for that distant other world before they could awaken from their deep sleep without ever having a chance to say good morning. The morning sun rose on a town that had been completely destroyed in an instant. Amid the rubble, the flowers were blooming, the white flowers that Kaim's daughter had wanted so badly to see. Kaim thought to lay a flower and offering on his daughter's cold corpse, but abandoned the idea. He could not bring himself to pick a flower. No one, no living being on the face of the earth, he realized, had the right to snatch the life of a flower that possessed that life only for one short day. Kaim could never say to his daughter, you go first to heaven and wait for me. I'll be there before long. Nor would he ever know the joy of reunion with his loved ones. To live for 1,000 years meant bearing the pain of 1,000 years of partings. Kaim continued his long journey. A dizzying number of years and months flowed by, years and months during which the numberless wars and natural calamities scourged the earth. People were born, and they died. They loved each other, and were parted from the ones they loved. There were joys beyond measure, and sorrows just as measureless. People fought and argued without end, but they also loved and forgave each other endlessly. Thus was history built up as the tears of the past evolved, gradually into prayers for the future. Kaim continued his long journey. After a while, he rarely thought about the wife and daughter with whom he had spent those few short days in the harbor town. But he never forgot them. Kaim continued his long journey, and in the course of his travels, he stopped by this harbor town again. Which takes us to the festival, I guess. As the night deepened, the din of the crowds only increased. But now, as a hint of light comes into the eastern sky, without signal from anyone, the noise gives way to silence. Kaim has been standing in the town's central square. The revelers, too, have found their way here one at a time, until, almost before he knows it, the stone-paved plaza is filled with people. Kaim feels a tap on the shoulder. I didn't expect to find you here, says the tavern master. When Kaim gives him a silent smile, the tavern master looks somewhat embarrassed and says, there's something I forgot to tell you before. Oh? Well, you know, the earthquake happened a long time ago, before my father and mother's time, even before my grandparents' generation. It might sound funny for me to say this, but I can't imagine this town in ruins. I know what you mean. I do think, though, that there are probably little things in this world that you can remember, even if you haven't actually experienced them. Like the earthquake. I haven't forgotten it, and I'm not the only one. It may have happened 200 years ago, but nobody in this town has ever forgotten it. We can't imagine it, but we can't forget it either. Just as Kaim nods again to signal his his understanding of the tavern keeper's words, a somber melody echoes throughout the square. This is the hour when the earthquake destroyed the town. All the people assembled here close their eyes, clasp their hands together, and offer up a prayer. The tavern master and Kaim among them. To Kaim's closed eyes come the smiling faces of his dead wife and daughter. Why are they so beautiful and so sad, these faces that believe with all their hearts that tomorrow is sure to come? The music ends. The morning sun climbs above the horizon. And everywhere throughout the town bloom countless white flowers. In 200 years, the white flowers have changed. The scientists have hypothesized that the earthquake may have changed the nature of the soil itself, but no one knows the cause for sure. The lives of the flowers have lengthened. Where before they would bloom and wither in the space of a single day, now they hold their blooms for 3 and 4 days at a time. Moistened by the dew of night, bathed in the light of the town, the white flowers strive to live their lives to the fullest, beautifying the town as if striving to live out the portion of life denied to those whose tomorrows were snatched away from them forever. Holy shit. And now we're just back in the video game. Okay. Wow. That was a lot. Man. Kaim's had one hell of a life, huh? Lot to think about. So I'm not actually sure what I'm supposed to be doing, but what I think I'm supposed to be doing is thinking a lot about our friend Kaim. Trying to remember what they told me about the map. Here we go. There's a dog here. You cannot pet the dog in Lost Odyssey for the Xbox 360. I'm thinking about going back to the inn, potentially. And just talking to the front desk at the inn and seeing if they have any clues as to what to do. I think this was the inn. Blue means inn. Purple means weapon shop. Keep that in mind, dear listener. Oh, I definitely don't want to pay money to stay here again. I will kick this barrel, though. Oh, maybe I won't. Okay. Well, let me think. I went up that way, and I didn't really get anything out of it. What's over here? That's where I just came from? Yeah. Central Station Square. Hello. This war has cut drastically into our clientele. Hopefully we'll have the old bustling city back before long. Yeah, I hope so too. Is this where I originally came from? I think it is when I got off the train to come here. Yeah, the monorail. Oop. I would like to save. Please, and thank you. Excuse the hard cut, but I just did a little bit of Googling to see where I'm supposed to be going. I don't mind at all following walkthroughs for these kinds of games, honestly. I think if I was less in a position of like playing video games constantly is like, oh, here we go. I'll get back to that. Or maybe not. It depends on how riveting this cutscene is. Nice. Real pro move, Kaim. There's a Gongoro poster over there. Whoa! Damn, Kaim. Interesting. How am I going to get into Gongoro's place if he's under lockdown? Okay, see ya. Jeez whiz. Okay. I guess we'll go back to Gongoro's place, huh? I think that was up this way, yeah. Anyway, what I was saying, I don't mind following walkthroughs for these kinds of games. Have you heard about this? A connection of mine in the council told me Councilman Gongoro has been confined to his private estate. Could it be true? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm aware of this. I've been there. Because, I don't know, I'm just in a position where I have to play a lot of video games for the podcast and stuff like that, so, like, I don't know. Roadblocks, like, just not knowing where to go next are the kinds of things that prevent me from playing as much of games as I would like to. So I feel no kinds of ways. Actually, no, that's not true. I definitely feel a kind of way, and that kind of way is that I like walkthroughs. Why not, you know? Was this other car here last time? It's got a McLaren and a Lambo. Lord Tolton is currently visiting. Okay. Here we go.
南京とはあまりに横暴だ。ロクシアン議長には私から断固抗議する。気を落とすなあかんから。
ありがとうございます、トルタン殿下。随分と頼もしくなられた。亡き戦王
いや、父のようにはなかなかなれんよ。共和制になった今、私は一介の市民に過ぎん。天下という身分ではない。
偉大なる王家の血を崇敬する私には。
めったなことを言うな。王政復興を願う反体制派と思われるぞ。
Oof. So you're gonna be like, yeah, man, I love the monarchy.
私を案じて訪問していただいて。
お前には魔導力をはじめ多くのことを教わってきた。気にかけるのは当たり前ではないか。
I do like Gongura's vibe. I hope he's not evil. I'd like to hang out with him.
このままグランドスタッフ建造を中止に追い込むつもりではないのか。私は悔しいんだから。
I like the really, really, really strong depth of field effect that they got going on in this game too.
グランドスタッフによって魔導力が増幅されれば今以上に豊かな生活が保障されるというのに、お前がどんなにウーラの未来を見据え発展させんとしてグランドスタッフを検討しているか、皆視野が狭すぎる。見苦しいところを見せたな。
とんでもございません。殿下がご理解くださっているのであれば私には十分です。仮にグランドスタッフの建造が中止になったとしても、また新たなもっと素晴らしい窓
I love magic engine. Oof.
何かあれば言ってくれかんから。
もったいないお言葉ですって。
This guy's got a diamond studded I don't know what that's called. I guess like vest. We'll call it a vest. Hello. What does that mean? Yeah. Let's have a convo. No, I guess not. It is very funny to be like, yeah, we gotta keep this guy in his house, and we have to have guards posted outside so he definitely doesn't leave. But also, he can receive visitors as he wishes. Waiting in the study on the second floor, you can take the lift up from the central laboratory. I just said laboratory, like Dexter did. Man, this is a huge house, dude. Go through this door, and we'll take the lift. What if I went through this door and just looked around his house a little bit? Oh, yeah. Alright, Gongura. This is an interesting vibe you got here. Literally nothing. No interaction with that monolith. Gongura. Oh, Gongura's monolith. I don't know what that means. Here we are. Let's talk to this guy. Oh, okay. Cutscene? Is that what's happening? Yes. Is it the other immortal? That was very interesting. Oh. Okay.
なんだ。
あれ、見つかっちゃったかな。おいおいおい、待てったら、あんたほんと短気だね。
なぜここにいる？
言っただろう、使い走りだって。あんたがちゃんとここに来るかどうか確かめて。
よせカイム。ヤンセンは味方だ。
Kaim. Pronouncing his name Kaim.
君はどう？
Not Kaim.
この男は役に立つ。小回りも利くし顔も広い。グランドスタッフの調査に連れて行くといい。
Oh man.
ほらね、言うと思ったんですよ、旦那。
調査に加わることになるもう一人の不死の者。どうも危険だ。
She might be dangerous. Uh-oh.
あれは元海賊だ。どういう経緯か今は我が国の正規兵だが、過去が過去だけに何をしでかすかわからん。女を牽制するためにもヤンセンは同行させるべきだ。何よりこの男、女の扱いには長けておってな。
いい女だって聞いたけど、あんた顔見てんだろ。はいはいはいはいはい、分かったよ。黙ってりゃいいんだろ。
海賊。まあいい。わかった。
そんじゃまあよろしくってことで。
だがカイムよ、信頼できる部下はお前だけだ。頼むぞ。
What about your messenger? I wouldn't trust your messenger.
私はしばらくここから出られない。グランドスタッフは私の夢の結晶。問題があるならばお前の不死の力を持って明らかにしてほしいのだ。わかるな。調査隊の派遣については追って沙汰がある。行け。
I wonder what hold Gongora has over Kaim.
疲れるやつですね、あいつ。
ご苦労だった。
あのね、旦那、あいつ絶対ヤバいですって。なんたって目が死んでる。ありゃ嫌だな。あんなのの見張りにこのギャラじゃ見合わないってもんですよ。いや、もうちょっとバカし色つけて割らないと。言ってることわかりますよね。
お前とはすでに魔導の契約を結んでいるではないか。あまり欲をかくと。
おお、わかったわかったわかった。ちょっと落ち着いてくださいって。
Dude.
これでも不服かね。
冗談じゃねえ。命までは売ってませんぜ。ったくなんだよ。どいつもこいつも疲れるやつばっかり。
Oh man, Gongora. I can't wait to learn more about Gongora. What's over here? Just like a cool looking thing. This guy's looking at it too. Let's look at it together. Lord Gongora's knowledge is highly respected by Prince Talton. He may be king one day, so our lord is lucky to be in his favor. I thought the monarchy was gone. Or is it a monarchy with like a regular-ass government? One of those hybrid governments. The council won't look kindly on it. You won't be allowed to re-enter the mansion when you leave. Are you sure you want to leave? I'm going to go back into the mansion for a second, then. If I'm not allowed back in at all, ever. Just because I saw a thing that I think I can kick with my good kicking foot. Come on. Dude, you're immortal. You can definitely open this door. There you go. I've lived for 10,000 years and I can't open this fucking door. Yeah, there you go. Whew, almost missed a seed. Oh, what's back here? Alright, here we go. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Man, am I glad I decided to come back in here. Just stealing all of Gongora's stuff. What we got here? Got a berserker necklace. I don't know what it is, but it sounds good. And a Hawkeye. Dude. The Avengers. Alright. Let me take a look at what that stuff is, I guess. Equip. Let's see, what do we got here? Increase magical and physical defense during critical HP status specifically. Interesting, okay. Reveals the types and elements of enemies. That's interesting. What does this do? Increase. Oh, okay. This is defense and this is attack. I kind of feel like the Holy Knight Charm might be the best thing, but I am really curious about the Hawkeye in general. Did I get stuff to like make a ring? No, I did not. I need 6 Guardian Ore. Ooh, I need 1 more Whetstone to make another Bruiser ring if I really feel like doing that. Cold Water Stones. Okay. Do I have like skill points or something? I have no idea. No, that doesn't seem like it. I imagine they probably would have told me, but also, not really sure. I did take a screenshot. I'll admit it. I pressed the button by accident. Alright. Now we're gonna head out of here. I just want to see if there's like another thing I can kick over on this side. And there is. Oh. Exploration rewarded. I got 2 quality iron sands. Is I think what that said. I wasn't really paying that much attention, if I'm being honest. Alright. Let's get out of here. I understand the risks, and I am out of here. Leave. Goodbye. And goodbye to you, dear viewer. I'm actually gonna go hit the save button, and then I'm gonna like, I don't know, like take a shower and do some stuff today. And then, oh, there it is. The screenshot has been uploaded to Xbox Live. And then I'll probably come back and actually play more of this, I think. So, current plan is to record another episode. So I guess stay tuned for that. Hey, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, I guess. But more than that, just stay tuned for more Lost Odyssey, a video game I really like. By the time this episode is out, we might have actually already talked about it on the podcast. So, greetings to you if you are watching because of the podcast. I'll pose here with the McLaren as I take us out. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, everybody. Goodbye.